Batman Annual issue 3, which is really weird and out of nowhere because DC are very predictable and have a very strict sort of structure to how they release their books. Marvel's feels a lot more random by comparison, but DC, we often talk about what a week 1 feels like right now, what a week 2 is right now, what a week 3. DC are very,
clockwork.
Yeah, so they've got a schedule they kind of stick to, and annuals are a week 5 thing. When a month has a week 5, we get some annuals.
I mean, it's called an annual, but it's kind of like whenever we want to put it out.
Yeah.
You can call it semi-annuals.
Yeah, because some books will have an annual every year. Some books will have an annual one year, then go 4 years before the next one.
Now, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I love this issue. I'm glad it's come out.
Yes.
But if it was me at DC, I'd have been like, okay, we really love this script. We love this art. We've got it completed. We're going to hold this in the bank for a few months.
Yes, until it's Father's Day.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. The reveal that it was Father's Day was a twist because it's not out in Father's Day. If this came out in the month of Father's Day, we might have saw it coming, that it was a tie-in to that holiday.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Because it was actually a reveal at the end. It was like, oh, it's Father's Day.
Yeah.
So, arguably, it shouldn't be released in the month of Father's Day.
I don't want to spoil my thoughts too much.
But it was a fantastic.
But this will be in the conversation for issue of the year.
Yeah, so Tom Taylor wrote this. Otto Schmidt on the art. Obviously, we liked him a lot in Green Arrow, so it was nice to see him do some Batman stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't reminiscent of his Green Arrow work.
Yeah,
there was stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But so I had a look.
His lines felt a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I don't know if you guys have read Nailbiter, the Williamson.
No, I keep looking at it. It's on sale.
Yeah, you should. It's really good. But the artist on that is Mike Henderson, and his art and Otto Schmidt's art are very similar, but this felt more like Henderson art, and I thought it was him until I remembered, oh no, we made a big deal that it was Schmidt.
Yeah.
So,
that was fantastic.
Yeah.
The art it reminds me of Nick Derrington quite a bit actually.
That too.
Before we even talk about what the actual story of the book is, which obviously we're going to do, we were joking about Taylor taking the Batman book after King's done, or taking Nightwing or whatever. Part of me genuinely hopes that this was a test issue. That's why there's a random annual by Tom Taylor, is because they're actually testing what he does with Batman.
Yeah.
I really hope it is, because this was. I would have guessed it'd have been great anyway, because I've liked everything I've read by Tom Taylor.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him do anything bad.
Yeah, it checked a lot of boxes for me, because it had a sassy Alfred.
It does have a sassy Alfred, but
that's always a plus.
But that's the thing. It's all from Alfred's point of view. It's the story of what Alfred goes through and how he got that call one night that was about his parents, and how that sort of locked him into being there for Bruce for the rest of his days. And ultimately, the conceit of this story, that's the smart little twist, is that he's constantly getting at Bruce for not taking care of himself, that he has to be there to take care of him, that he's not eating, that he's not sleeping. And the beautiful twist of this is that eventually Leslie Tompkins says, "Hey Alfred, he gets that from you. When was the last time you slept? Because you're always doing things for Bruce, because you're always making sure your things are ready for him.
Who takes care of you?"
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, I sleep when I can.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you sound exactly like Bruce right now. You sound exactly the same. And this was an emotional issue. By the time we got to the end, I was kind of like, get a little watery in the eyes. I was like, this is kind of beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, when Bruce gets stabbed and he's like, I need a pickup, and Alfred's like, can you get to the Batman? He's like, nope. He's like, right, I'm grabbing a cowl, I'm coming.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time when he gets there and he's he goes into soldier Alfred mode and takes out a couple of punks to save Bruce. It's like, damn,
to get him there. I love how multifaceted Alfred is, because he was an actor, he was a soldier, he was a medic. He can do it all.
And
it's really great.
Yeah,
and he can cook.
It's an annual, so it's a longer issue than traditional comics, but it flies in so quick that I never even felt the extra length.
Yeah, the pace is really good. In fact, I thought I could have had some more.
Yeah.
Some more moments. So
for me, it's like one of these things. I think Taylor's really good at limiting his dialogue to a reasonable amount, and sometimes just shutting the hell up when he knows it's the right thing to do. And the book flows so well because of that. Him forcing me to take out a flask with soup in it because he's not eating anything here.
I know holding a flask when you crouch on a gargoyle ruins the image, but tough. I won't tell the villains.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because because you're sick and you need sustenance. Like I'm not just doing it because it's you. I'm doing it because you're sick and it's gonna be bad if you don't eat. Like I like that caring of him, you know?
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story. Like the ending, realizing it's Father's Day, and Bruce like taking the day off, and you know, even Alfred Sassy, he's like, you know, I got Duke and Cassandra to like patrol the streets tonight. He's like that is unusually, you know, sensible,
uncharacteristically sensible.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great line, and like and then you see it's Father's Day, and it's like,
Do you know what might be my only disappointment of the issue?
yes,
That we don't see him crouched on a gargoyle with the flask.
oh yeah, we see him taking a drink.
Yeah.
out
We
of
see
it
him
on
drinking it
on
while he's flying,
Yeah.
but
Right.
Because I love that he
Alright.
says that on this day of all days, like I'll give you a day off. Let's just hang around the mansion, and then you see what day it is, and it's kind of like whenever Bruce like admits that Alfred's kind of his father, it always hits me. It's you know, when Bruce died in R.I.P., and I always remember Alfred saying to Superman, I think it was in one of the Batman issues afterwards, that he's lost his son, and that always hit me, and I think this hits me in the same way, but in a more heartwarming way, because it's like no, he's admitting that that's what you are. You raised me. Like,
Yeah.
because I love actually when Leslie's giving him shit for it. He's like, hey, how hard do you make him work? And he's like, oh, he's fine. Like, I don't need to do anything. Alfred's fine. And he's like, and she like explains to him, no, he's basically killing himself looking after you because that's what you do with Gotham. You have to give him a break, and you know, and he reasonably suspects the only way he can give him a break is if he also takes a break.
yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, I like that Bruce is kind of him. He's like, I let him work because he likes to work. I'm not gonna take away what he likes to do. Like, because again, that's Bruce. Bruce likes to be Batman and to be busy.
It's not like he says,
You
oh,
know?
Alfred can look after himself better than I can. The implication being is like, well, Alfred knows what he's doing. He's got himself covered. He just assumes that he's okay.
Yeah. So it's a lesson for Bruce to learn. It's a heartwarming story between everything with Alfred saying that he loves hearing from the call because it lets him know he's okay for one more night, because one day he's expecting that call. You know, the call that says that he's not okay.
Right.
It's a beautiful issue. It was heartwarming, and the art is gorgeous. It's so well paced. Everything about it, I have no complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Tom Taylor's bibliography for DC. He's worked on a lot of Batman. Like,
He's done a lot of
almost-
Injustice. How much Batman?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did all the Injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done all the Injustice, but I'm looking at his other stuff, and it's like he had a story in the Batman Secret Files.
Yeah.
He did Batman Superman issues 28 through 30 back in
Those were
2016.
really good. Those are the best
He's
bits of that
done-
book.
I had no idea
Yeah.
he did that. I think that's because that book I dropped fairly early on because it was only so.
I went back and picked up those issues. They were great.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
He's done. He did a story back in 2012 that I have to go find now. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight: The Crime Never Committed, with art by Nicola Scott.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the digital first book. So it was like it's just like a $1 for like 10-page story.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm gonna have to go pick that up. So,
But what?
he's got a lot.
Yeah.
there,
Well, that's the thing
so-
though. It's not a lot. It's a lot of examples, but they're all really short things or one and dones or.
Yeah,
this
but
this is the longest single like issue.
I just mean he has a feel for these characters, and that's why I
Yeah.
think this came out so well, because it is an Alfred centric issue. Like, Batman's there, but he's almost secondary to the Batman
Yeah.
annual.
Yeah, until the end.
So right.
I mean,
so
Well,
and
what
we
I
didn't
mean
even
by
talk
that.
about the story about what Batman's doing.
Oh yeah, but I
you
was gonna
know?
say what I was meaning about like saying that it's not a lot is that I want a lot of this. I want a run.
You
Oh,
you want
yeah.
100 issues.
Yeah, I want
Right.
100 issues.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly. But yeah, the story is someone is made off with some military drones. And
It's a drone
Batman has-
pilot who's
yeah,
upset that
Batman-
that the government made him kill like a village full of people, so now he's a drone villain called the Drone.
Yeah, this
Right.
is the sort of, like it's maybe the weakest element of the issue in that it's good, but I think this could be something to explore over a 6-issue
Oh, yeah.
arc. It's
Do
in
you know the
here.
fact
It's
is-
just like, oh yeah, it's fine. It's in the background. It's
Yeah,
whatever.
the
yeah,
drone-
but it's not the focus. So
yeah, the drone's
to me, it's
okay.
fine.
He's just there to be the villain while everything the
Yeah.
important stuff's going on. That's
Yeah,
all he
yeah.
is. He's a stand-in.
It is, yeah, and it's almost too interesting a concept to waste on on this story.
Hey, when he gets his 100-issue run, he can develop it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can come
okay.
back. The drone will return because the drone doesn't get defeated.
No, that's true.
He's out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else in the Batman annual that what you had? Matt, what are you rating the Batman annual?
This was a 9. It's really good.
Connor.
Gets a 10 from me.
Oh,
It's getting the stamps. It's
Oh,
rare,
dear.
but this deserves it.
Oh, I'm tempted, but I'm going to split a difference. Call it 9.5. It's really freaking good.